Well, yeah, happy Monday, right? It's about 6 o'clock here in Southern California. It's finally cooling off a little when the sun starts going down. As you can see, I moved the truck back here. Got the tools out. Yeah, I was gonna start tearing into that truck there, but I thought, hold on, a little apprehensive there because I got that lift kit and they told me it's not going to work on this year on the second generation Ranger. But I think I can make it work. I think. You stupid dog, get out of here. Yeah, and it's like, do I want to get into it? Because once I get into it, it's not going to go nowhere for who knows how long, right? I got to figure things out, and weekends are just too short. It's just like weekends over before you know it. And then they say the stock wheels won't fit with that lift kit, so then I got to get tires and wheels. There's another $3,000. I'm thinking maybe I ought to just put that on hold. I'm thinking, all this stuff's going through my mind. It's like, yeah, I already spent a ton of money already. So that's where I was over the weekend. I just like, okay, I'm ready to go here, but I start taking things apart, I'm going to hit the point of no return here. It's like, oh, decisions, right? Yeah, so I couldn't get into it. It was just like too much. And then we got the, yeah, that's another story. So I'm thinking I can do the, I already got the parts for the exhaust, and it doesn't seem that complicated. But I was looking at that yesterday. I had it up on the ramps, and it's always something that it's not that straightforward. So yeah, I'm looking at this, and I'm just like drawing blanks. I'm like, what? So here's another issue. These are coming off the engine. Here's the left bank, here's the right bank, right? Flex connectors. They got a clamp, and we got a flanged fitting there. As you can see, if I hold the camera up, this comes out and then drops down. Okay, so this section here is lower than this, so it's not a straight run out. If it was, I'm gonna hit the cross member. I go, okay, so I need this drop. But not only is it dropped, it's an offset too, because this is only like a 4-inch spread, and these right here are like a 5-inch spread. So if you see what I mean here, so they're tighter, this is wider. This will work perfect with that muffler I got. But then I need the drop. So I could use this one. Let's see if I cut it right here. Then I'd have to have it welded up. Shoot. And this one, I could cut it and then roll it. Just loosen up the clamps and roll it, twist it until I get the spread. But then one side's going to be higher than the other, so I guess it'll kind of work. And then I'm thinking, okay. I'm thinking, the muffler don't have to be right here. The muffler can go back there. There's plenty of room under this area right here. So maybe there won't be too bad of a difference there. I have to cut it and find out, right? Because these flexes got some play in them. Yeah. Roll it out so I get the spread. and then just run it straight out, and then put the muffler right about here somewhere. So this is the factory muffler here, and it goes out 3-inch, right? It goes out over the rear axle. Okay, that's easy. There's plenty of room after this cross member right here, but this cross member is kind of going to be an issue. So yeah, I'm going to run duals out. See this muffler? It's got 2 in, 2 out. On the inputs, on the inlet, yeah, on the inlet side, and there's a little offset there. That's giving me issues. I mean, okay, a little offset, no big deal. We'll just cut those offsets out and go straight out. Well, that ain't gonna work. Okay, and those offsets are so tight, probably the width of my hand here, from pinky to there, you know, it's it's a rolling offset. So I'm like, oh man. And it's got to have that offset because the factory exhaust comes off the engine, you know, the down pipe, whatever you want to call it, and then it drops down and then makes up to the muffler. The muffler goes out and it's got to clear a cross member. So you can't go straight out from up here. You got to lower it down there. And I'm like, okay, well, the bends are there. You got to just reuse those bends. Well, they're a rolling offset, right? There's 2 of them, right bank and left bank. And the spread changes. They come off the engine at 5 inches, center to center. And when you hit the factory muffler, they're 4 inches. So they go small, tighter together. So that's another issue. Oh my goodness, why couldn't it be the same? So okay. My muffler, the new muffler, has a 5-inch spread. I go, that'd be perfect. That ain't gonna work. And all this was going through my head yesterday. Well, what are we getting into here? I'm gonna start cutting things up, and then oh man, I ain't gonna go back together. How am I gonna make this work? Let's see if I can use the bends that are there. So I got this idea to make up with that. I'm going to cut them at the bend as close as I can to the muffler, because the bends get kind of distorted because of the bend, you know, and they're so close to the muffler, the welds there, it's like you got very little room to work with. So I'm experimenting here, seeing if I can make a slip fitting here to fit into that. I bought this tool at Harbor Freight on the way home from work. So far it's working. It's actually expanding the pipe like it should. So it might be worth $150 I paid, right? In other words, I want to make a slip fitting. See that? See, that's a hub. It's bigger. Yeah. So if we look very carefully here, yeah, this should fit in there. Almost. I got to go a little bigger. Oh, there we are. Oh, yeah. Almost. It's got to go a little bigger. And if I need to go a little bigger, yeah, I can still go bigger. I'm just experimenting with them because I've bought cheaper ones before. This is a little more expensive, but it's actually working. So we're just going to go from there. I'm going to expand a couple of pieces. I just wanted to see if the tool worked. And then I'll hack up the factory exhaust. Yeah. Yeah, it looks so easy, right? Yeah. All right, as the sun sets, yeah. As the sun sets here on the Pacific Coast, on the West Coast. So yeah, I think this is gonna work. I bought one of those expanders years ago and it was a piece of crap. This one actually works. You know, but it does cost three times the money. All right, since I'm at it, you know, here's something else I was worried about, was welding the factory exhaust. I heard the factory exhaust on most cars these days is stainless steel. Don't know whether that's true or not, but I got a little magnet here, and it sticks to the stainless steel just like this is right here. You know, this sticks on the factory exhaust just like that. So maybe it's a Chinese stainless steel, I don't know, but that makes it easier to weld. Because you see this tip I got, this tip here is stainless steel. They don't stick to that. They don't stick to the clamps either. These are stainless steel clamps. I'm going to run some clamps, but I'm going to have to weld the cut to the factory offsets. You know, it's kind of like, can I do that with my little welder? Without gas or none of that? I used to have gas and argon and stuff for it, but I don't. Sold all that stuff. This is the expander. Yeah, pretty good. I'm impressed. It actually does its job. You can too, right? Throw some grease in there. Yeah. Harbor Freight. I'll put it, I'll probably use it this one time and put it away forever like some of the other tools I got. Till the next project, right? Yeah.